creating this soft filter over everything so it appears more natural, not so harsh. When you get down to the jawline, you just kind of drag a little bit. And when I say drag, I mean very lightly. You never want to pull downward on your neck skin, but just lightly take what's on the face and just pull it and lift away. And that'll be enough to blend it right into the neckline. Now you can do all these same procedures that we did on the face. You can contour the neck, the chest, add some cleavage, whatever you'd like. Contour and highlight. That's what it's all about. And all using, you know, the concealers and the powders. You can play with them however you want. So there we go. Now the dual finish foundation does have a really nice heavier coverage, so it's definitely good for evening out sun damage, you know, acne, birthmarks, whatever might be bothering you. That will give it nice coverage. Okay, so since we've got all that done, I'm going to go ahead and add just a nice overall mineral veil powder. Just a translucent. Now, we can add more and more and more. It really just depends on what you're doing this for. If I was doing it for a photo shoot, this is about how heavy I would want to go with contour and highlight. If you're doing it for stage, you're going to want to, this would be about 3 times as much contour and highlighting, because the stage is even harder to view all that. So, but there's our base. Now from that point on, we can go ahead and add color. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the eyes. Okay, for a dramatic stage eye, I'm going to start out by adding a little bit of this white. This is sugar, and it's got a tiny bit of a sheen to it, a little metallic to it. I'm going to go ahead and we're doing the same thing, contouring and shading and highlighting. We're just doing all of this together, and again playing with her own bone structure, accentuating what we want to accentuate. In this case, I'm creating a high brow line with the white. And then I'm going to go ahead and just put it right over her eyeball. When her eyelid is closed, I'm going to put it right over where her eyeball would sit. We're kind of doing a sculpted eye this way. This is not your soft, natural, it's not your smoky. This is going to be a definite, dramatic, sculpted eye. And I like to put the lighter in first because it gives the dark something to blend into. Dark can be scary, especially when you're working with blacks and grays. It can be scary. You put it on there and all of a sudden it's stuck in a spot you don't want it to be. So therefore, you know, it's nice to put a little bit of that color in first. I'm also going to take a moment to lay down a little bit of our neutral powder right around there, just like in a cakey little pad. This is like a little bed for eyeshadow to fall down on. When you're working with dark colors like black or dark purple or anything like that, if you lay down a little bed of powder there, it will catch falling shadow, and it'll be a lot easier to brush away without leaving like a black eye appearance. And I have New Cool, which is one of the, I believe, the fall colors from Purely Pro 2009. And we're going to go ahead and add like a medium crease line in this color. This is nice. It's like a taupey silver. Again, I'm following the natural bone structure right underneath where the brow kind of rolls over into the crease. And we're going to go ahead and go all the way across the crease. I'm using the pointed sculptor brush number 64, the vegan line. We have that. And then we'll go to the other eye. Excuse me. And I am just putting it right into the crease. And then once I get it where I need it to go, I blend it around. And don't be afraid to wipe the brush right off and use a clean brush with nothing on it to do your blending. It's like the best way to do it. So there's our medium color. Now I'm going to go in. I'm going to blend black and the color I just used together on the back of my hand. I want to have like a nice, it's going to be black, but it's going to be a softer black. I can always accentuate and add more black, but if I start out with a mixed black and gray, it's a little easier. It's always easier to add more than it is to remove, especially with black. And I'm putting this in the outer third of the eye, a little crease corner, and just dragging it toward the center again. Now again, this is a dramatic eye. It's not meant to look soft and pretty. It's meant to be seen from a distance or when a bright flash bulb goes off. If you want to add something into it, like a color or a shade, you can do that. Just add it wherever you feel like it. That's what I can do that, show you in a minute. Now I'm using the straight black right in the very tiniest corner of the outer edge of the eye here. Almost in like a little V shape or a triangle shape. Brush away some of this black. See how easy that is because I put the powder down first. This is a clean brush, by the way, just brushing away the black. And we're going to go in now and add some eyeliner. I'm going to use an eye pencil this time just to get more of a stronger line in. If I can find the eye pencil. Here it is. I'm using a black or automatic eye pencil. We'll try. And I'm just going to add a nice line right in here. And I'm just kind of little tiny brush or little like stroking motions, not like trying to drag a straight line. It's just too difficult to do that. And it doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to go in and soften it up a little bit. There's a couple ways to do this liner. You could do the cream gel liner, black tie with a brush, or you could use it with a pencil. Look up for me. Now working with stage and working with film, you want to add a darker liner on the bottom because the eyes will disappear if you don't. Okay, now that we've got a base on there, I'm going to go in with a, we have this really cool brush. It's called a angled sculptor. I really like this brush a lot. And I'm going to use the black eyeshadow and just work it into my brush a little bit. Give it a little blow. Close your eyes, and I'm just going to kind of drag it over and blend it into the eyeliner that I just applied. And this is going to soften that eye, but still keep it nice and bold and dark, so the eyes can be seen from a distance. So you can see the blending, see how everything has gone in and blended together, the powder and the liner. And we'll do the same thing in the bottom. Look up for me. Tilt your chin down a little bit because I'm short. You can do this also with a flat brush, an angle brush, whatever brush you want. I just like this kind of unique shaped brush that I'm using right now. And I'm just blending it together. Now I'm going to take this pointed, this is called our smudger. Tilt your chin down again. And I'm just going to blend it even further. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of this silver back into here too, just to make it match the top a little bit. I'm just kind of blending it in. This helps to set the eyeliner as well so it doesn't smudge as easily. Anytime you put a powder over a liquid or a cream, it's going to set it. Alright. Close your eye, please. And brush away any fallout. Now, if you wanted to add a color, now would be the time to do that. And just for the heck of it, so you can see what I mean, I'm going to add, we'll take some of this bright electric blue color, or purple, I guess, and maybe like a periwinkle, just for fun. It's a beautiful color, actually, isn't it? I'm using the large all-over brush, and you can add a little tiny bit maybe to the inner eyelid, the inner corner. Sometimes just a tiny bit of color makes all the difference. And a little bit under the brow bone, just a hair, to blend the gray into the white.